Hey guys, we're back with a list of some newer mods which are available for Minecraft 1.17.1 on both Forge and Fabric. This time we have a version of Optifine that is compatible with the latest version of Forge 2, so we don't have to sacrifice shaders anymore. It's a better week for Fabric mods, with there being quite a few choices available. A new collective mod is Hoe Tweaks. With it installed, you'll be able to harvest blocks like melons and pumpkins faster. With a hoe, you'll now be able to turn farmland back into dirt, and depending on the tier of the hoe you have equipped, you can till soil in a larger radius, with a netherite hoe having a radius of 9 blocks. Exline's bark carpets add some new carpets which are made from different woods. They're just neat for decorations and can be used to make a wood paneling effect. There's also Exline's Awning, which also adds some new decorative blocks. It can be used in a lot of different builds, whether you want to create a fancy-looking store, just a shelter for the rain, or even a new style of roofing. Sign tools add some new features to signs, with the first being that you can now copy and paste the text between them. With some of the new buttons, you can copy, cut, and paste either entire signs or individual lines. There's buttons where you can change the position of lines too. Let Sleeping Dogs Lie now has a fabric port, while also being available for the latest version of Forge. After being away from your wolf for a while, they'll lie down and rest instead of sitting around, which is a nice change. If you want to add some new paintings to your game, then try out the Terraria Paintings mod. It adds over 100 paintings directly from the game into Minecraft. They're available in all different sizes, and you can try this mod out for both Forge and Fabric. Dynamic Surroundings, a mod I've mentioned multiple times, has had a port release for the latest version of Minecraft on both Forge and Fabric. From what I can tell, this mod currently adds most of the audio elements, even though the description was a bit bare. When it comes to visuals, I believe this mod adds the new star system into the sky, which also occasionally has shooting stars. Awoken World is now available for both mod loaders, with a few new changes. It brings your world truly to life, as you'll find that over time, plants will grow from grass blocks, with grass also maturing into tall grass. Some blocks like cobblestone will decay over time, turning into their mossy version. Weapon Throw allows you to throw weapons that you apply the new throw enchantment to, like the axe. You can do this by holding the R key, which will power up a throw. There's other enchantments included with the mod, like Loyalty, which can return weapons to you, or Gravity, which causes an item to keep moving until it hits something. Young's Better Dungeons, which was originally for Forge 1.16, now has a Fabric release too. It redesigns Minecraft's dungeons, while also adding 3 new ones. These are the Catacombs, Fortress of the Undead, and the Spider Caves. They range in size quite a lot, but they're a huge improvement to the existing dungeon system, and don't make changes that stray too far from the vanilla experience. Fabric users might be pleased to know that a lot of the collective theme mods have been receiving updates over the past few weeks, with them now being updated to Fabric. Obviously, I can't mention every mod in this video, as there's over 100 currently, but they usually make smaller changes which improve the game. The Lucky Blocks Only World mod will turn your entire world into lucky blocks. When you break a block, it will drop quite a few items which are random. These could be ores, enchanted weapons, building blocks, or anything else. Multiple server lists is handy if you play quite a few different servers. By pressing the arrows on the multiplayer screen, you can switch between different pages, making the menu more organized. Oysters are new blocks which you can find in oceans, specifically sticking to sand blocks beneath the waves. They produce pearls, which can later be transformed into some armor, weapons, and tools once you've collected enough. Through breeding and mutation, you can create oysters which produce resource pearls instead, which can give items like diamond, emeralds, glowstone, ender pearls, and more. Another tier of items is pearly diamond, and if you craft a pearl necklace, then you'll have the conduit power effect when it's in your inventory. This mod will add a lot of new interface elements to your screen, which displays lots of useful information. You can see things like your biome, coordinates, light level, time, memory usage, and more. You can see the equipment that is on your character, or hover over entities to see their health. If you press F12, then you can configure most things included with this mod. There's so much to it, like seeing the contents of shulker boxes, receiving warnings when it's time to sleep, or when you're getting hungry. With cat eyes, you can press the V key to toggle night vision, allowing you to see clearly in dark areas or underwater. You don't need to have the effect active either for it to work. The guild is inspired by Bountiful and adds a questing system into Minecraft. To start, you'll need to actually find the guild, which is a structure found in Plains villages. There, you'll find the guild master who sells profession licenses for a few emeralds. When you join a profession, you can access the quest interface by pressing J, where you can accept quests for rewards. Some quest types will have you slay enemies, collect items, or even heal entities. Boat containers is getting mentioned in a future video, and it allows you to place both chests and ender chests inside of boats, making them great for exploring. This mod also has compatibility for more banner features, so that you can also place banners inside of boats alongside your chests. The End Acre is a new block which can be crafted from 5 end stone bricks, 3 per blocks, and an end crystal. Just like the vanilla respawn anchor, it will allow you to set a respawn point for the end dimension and only the end. If you try to use it anywhere else, it will explode. You can also charge it by using ender pearls. Eating animations changes how vanilla food and drinks appear when they're consumed. Instead of simply vanishing, you see foods actually being eaten as they slowly get smaller in your hand. This mod will work in both single-player and multiplayer, due to it being a client-sided mod. Reinforced chests add some new chests which are made from copper, iron, gold, diamond, and netherite. Each tier offers a different amount of storage, with copper having 45 slots and netherite having 108 slots, but they can be connected together to double their number of slots. If you craft the netherite chests, then you'll find they're resistant to fire, explosions, and lava. The developers made similar mods for barrels and shulker boxes. ValleyCraft is inspired by games like Stardew Valley, and you'll notice changes immediately with all new natural items spawning throughout your world, like rocks and plants. As you can expect, it's a farming mod. Included are over 50 new recipes, which allows you to create foods such as scrambled eggs, salads, stir-fry, pies, sushi, and more, with their even being foods for your wolf. You'll find lots of non-food items too, like scarecrows, rope bridges, braziers, and cooking pots. Awesome Dungeon is a dungeons mod which adds some new, larger structures to your world. You can stumble upon the abandoned oak palace, giant tree, and some different temples. You might find some hostile enemies guarding these structures, but there's plenty of chests for you to find. That covers this week's list. I'll be back for more very soon, and I have another longer video in the works. If you're not already subscribed, then I hope you consider it, as we've got more great content coming soon.